So the Bills and Josh Allen lose to the Chiefs and Mahomes once again in the postseason. Now, for all the people complaining about the refs and saying how the Bills got robbed and whatnot on that fourth down call, and that controversial catch by Xavier Worthy, listen, first of all, that fourth down call, the Chiefs stuffed Josh Allen on the tush push, the QB sneak, whatever you want to call it, multiple times. So for Joe Brady and Sean McDermott to call that play, to allow that play to happen with the amount of success the Chiefs have had against that play, that's on the Bills. I don't care if it was close. The referees had the best angle to determine whether or not he crossed the line or not. I don't know if he did or not. I'll admit it's a 50-50 play, but still, like, you put yourself in that position, and I just don't really think it's fair to blame the refs for that play. And, going forward for the Bills, man, I mean, just Josh Allen's face the final 2 minutes of the game. He's definitely a sad figure going forward, and I think that's going to be what he's known for the rest of his career, because I really, really don't think he'll ever make it to the Super Bowl as long as Pat Mahomes is healthy and he's against him. I'll admit, once Andy Reid retires, I would like to see what the Bills could do against Matt Nagy and Patrick Mahomes. I would be curious to see there. Maybe they would have a better shot, but don't be surprised if they don't miss a beat once Matt Nagy takes over for Andy Reid. It's just like from top to bottom, man. Sean McDermott got completely outclassed once again. Joe Brady got completely outclassed once again. Spags, Andy Reid, just a masterclass a day ago. They're just on a whole other level, man, truly. And that's a reason why I don't think they'll ever make it to the Super Bowl. They just have such a huge advantage coaching-wise. And McDermott's a fine coach, for sure, absolutely. But I feel like in order to beat Mahomes, I've touched on this on previous vids before, you kind of need a coach. You either need to have a perfect game from your quarterback, or you just need to have a perfect play calling game. McDermott, Joe Brady, they did not have a perfect play calling game. James Cook was a monster a day ago. Shout out to James Cook, he was an absolute beast. They just kept running those tush pushes to the left. I don't understand. I know it's a high percentage play, but once you get stopped on the first time, and the fact that the Chiefs know that Allen likes to go to the left and that he kept doing it too is just crazy to me. Like, again, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Joe Brady, McDermott, what are you thinking? I don't know, man. I just don't really know how any Bills fans can argue with that. And you know what, man? Josh Allen, he played a pretty good game a day ago. He played pretty good. But I'm sorry to say, when you're going up against arguably the greatest head coach of all time and the greatest quarterback of all time, you can't be pretty good. You have to be perfect. Especially when you're on the road in Arrowhead. You have to be perfect from a quarterback perspective. You have to be perfect as a play caller. The Bills weren't perfect yesterday. Josh Allen wasn't perfect yesterday. So, and especially that very last drive, man, incompletion. Then they had that screen on third down, which I didn't really like, because it's a fourth down situation. Do or die, your season is on the line. And I get it, you want to have a fourth and short rather than a 4th and 10, but screw that, man. Just go out there and sling it. Get Josh Allen on the run, and of course on fourth down, Spags, outcoached. What a play call. So I don't know, man. I just feel like it's the same story every year with the Bills, and what can they really do? They have two great tight ends. I know Kincaid, at the end of the game, Some people might compare that to the Mark Andrews drop or whatever. I feel like that was definitely a harder ball to catch, absolutely, than the Mark Andrews 2-point conversion. It's definitely on Kincaid, but I don't think that's very comparable. You have two great tight ends. You have Amari Cooper. Sure, he hasn't been that active since joining the Bills, but he was a reliable target for Josh Allen. You know, Mac Hollins showed up. Shakir was good enough. James Cook is amazing. What can you really do? Like, add another wide receiver for Josh Allen? Do you really think that would make a difference? I mean, maybe. I'm sure Coleman will progress, and I'm sure he'll be a lot better in year 2 and more of a target for Allen. I know they could add pieces on defense, but I'm telling you, bro, like, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the quarterback play and the play calling, and I don't think the Bills are ever gonna overtake the Chiefs in the playoffs when it matters in those two categories. But that's just me, man. Let me know if you think Josh Allen will ever get to the Super Bowl or not. Do you think one day he could maybe beat Mahomes in the playoffs, maybe with Matt Nagy as a head coach? Not real sure about that, but we'll have to see. And honestly, even if hypothetically the Bills did make it to the Super Bowl this year, I think they would get completely throttled by the Philadelphia Eagles. I really think Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and whomever, Will Shipley, I truly feel like they would just run all over the Bills defense, and I really think it would have been a blowout. And plus, I think the Eagles defense is better than the Chiefs defense. Play calling, coaching, debatable, but you know, the numbers and the stats don't lie. I do think the Eagles defense is better than the Chiefs this year, and look what the Chiefs did to that Bills offense. I really think the Eagles would have shut down Josh Allen and that entire offense, but that's just me. Let me know if you think the Bills would have had a shot against the Eagles. Curious to hear your opinion. And going forward, man, it's just, I don't know. Like, even if you're optimistic that the Bills will get there one day, if you really take a look at the AFC, this is a really good year for them to make it happen. There's a lot of other teams that are going to keep growing in the right direction. You have the Houston Texans still improving every year. CJ Stroud's third year in 2025. A lot of room to grow there. DeMeco Ryans. You have the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. They could be a legit force in the AFC. Maybe Bo Nix and Sean Payton could be some competition too as well. So, and of course, you still have the Ravens. So the point I'm trying to make here is the Bills really didn't have a lot of competition this year. And it really looked like a clear path to make the Super Bowl, and yet again, they blow it. So let me know what you think about the Bills and that game from a day ago, and do you think Josh Allen will ever make it to a Super Bowl? Let me know in the comments below. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. It's Marshall. Harris is there to make the stop. Just 2 minutes left in this one now. Back in a moment. We return out of the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter action. First and goal. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. And that's Woodyard in on the stop. Second and goal from the 6. Another handoff right back to him.
Right call here by the coach in this situation. Keep running the football. Keep that clock moving. You have the lead. Just tell your quarterback to tell everybody on offense this. Hold on to the football and don't have a penalty where you could stop that clock.
Running away from the pressure. And he's in. The Jets offense comes out for what is, in essence, Just a kneel down or two to make this one official. And Phil, what a sweet moment it is for that bunch of players right there.
Oh, yeah, a lot of smiles on the offensive side as you walk out on the field. And it's just, you think about it this way. A tough week of work, all the preparation and the practice, and you came through and got it done and enjoy the moment.
For Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports.